G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action, and we're off on not one but two shopping trips today. Take a look at the local fauna and flora, cockatoos. Don't know what this guy's doing, but yeah, he scared me a bit. So we're going to start off in JB Hi-Fi, which is the Australian equivalent of Best Buy, and their stock is going just like Best Buy's is. The horror shelf is looking quite slim, but not as bad as the rest of the shop. Still, I want to take a look at some of the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and I spied the new Grindhouse release. Very cool lenticular cover. This is the complete version of the film, cut together as one, but I already have a different edition. Loving this Hammer Horror triple shock set. Pretty expensive for just the 3 films, so I put it back for now. I've been curious about this Nick Cage film for some time. I've seen the memes, it looked kind of fun. Check out these Indiana Jones figures, particularly the one here about Nazi. He did not see that coming. Picked up these two, pretty excited about the White Line Fever and Airwolf double. Stopped by at the very small movie market, checking out some of the laser discs. It's my buddies that run this little thing, they do it every couple of months. Nothing too exciting in the laser disc, but it's still a novelty to see laser discs at a market in Sydney. Check out this old home video book. Really cool. This is like a technical manual on everything to do with video. Shows you the chemical makeup of magnetic tape and all the different kinds of VCRs. Diving into the horror DVDs, and I spy an Asylum, Night of the Dead. Didn't pick it up today, but maybe next time. I don't think it's going anywhere. Cool to see some of these imports, old titles. Look at that old edition of The Sect. Some old Umbrella titles mixed in here with some old classics. Some modern Blu-rays. Prices are all very good. And here's that Hammer Horror again for half the price of JB. I still didn't pick it up. The Severin Black Friday sale cleaned me out good and proper. Remember when Arrow Video did cool sets like this? All these old window box releases they did in the early days of Blu-ray. A Wall of Grey Cinema Cult. They're about as rare as anything else these days, seeing as the company's gone under. Some nice Scorpion and Vinegar Syndrome releases here. Some Eureka titles. Sorority House Massacre. Ooh, Nightmare at Noon. I actually don't have this one. Sex and Fury on Umbrella's kind of rare. Into Egg Records and taking a look at what's changed. Thought I'd go through the CDs again. Nothing much new, but a few things to show off. Check out this Merciful Fate. I've probably shown it before. I have no idea what this is, but I guarantee it's power metal. Another Merciful Fate. I really should dig deeper into the band. Angel Dust. People were so rapt with this Newstead album, but I thought it sucked. Oh, New and Malevolent Creation. I have no idea what this is, but it looks awful. Ugh, Modern the Gathering. Oh, this looks like God Rock, and that guy looks like Fat Fabio. Into the hub markets now. Check out all these cool old toys. Love these laser pistols from the 50s and 60s. And tin ships. Vintage Coke bottles. Here's the same Michael Moorcock books that I showed last time, and I ended up picking up a pile. I'll tell you about that at the end. Paris Hollywood book, but take a look at the complete history of eroticism. Ooh. And this Man Jr. comic. Yep, he's watching the best stuff on TV. A wall of miscellaneous crap DVDs. Luckily I didn't want anything from the bottom. And for some reason I found this photo of Dolly Parton quite interesting. Newtown is a place to put up your political stickers. Pretty much every wall of Newtown's got some kind of signage on it. I quite like this Kill Your Masters one. Not too sure about this. Poor fish. I like what somebody's written below this. Scalp your mum. This spiritual healing placard has all kinds of things going on. Oh, get it out of here. Into repressed records, check out the new things. The metal section's gotten so big they've had to put it alphabetical order. I approve. New Vrenth album poking out. New Blood Incantation EP. Ah, the new Cruciamentum. I really want this, but I've ordered it from overseas. The new Worm and Dream Unending. That'll come home with me, thank you. The Grave demo on EP. New Gravesend. I really need to give these guys a proper listen. Ah, the new Vastum. I reviewed this for the Metallurgy. That's coming home with me as well. Wow, you don't see this one very often. I know it's a bootleg, but still, very, very challenging to find. Early Icelandic black thrash. And the used hits keep coming with this hardcore Holocaust sessions. This is an awesome best of Peel sessions, put out by Strange Fruit back in 1988. Well, it wouldn't be Newtown without free stuff, so taking a look in here for possibilities of free Beherit albums, but I don't think I'm going to find anything amongst all the rockabilly. Explosive Hits 76. I'm not entirely sure that all of these had LPs inside. See what I mean about every wall being covered in stickers? I much prefer this wall. Into Papa Disco we go this time. It's been a while since I've shown you their racks. They don't change too often, but let's take a look at some of the cool stuff that's still for sale here. Spectral Birth. That Vandale's been here for a while, original press. Eliminator, Panzer. Scepter, I'm Going to Hell. Old Root. Master's Hammer. Eucharist. I don't recall seeing this compilation before. I wouldn't say it's particularly heavy. Your standout is Black Sabbath and Saxon. Bit of Sabbath with Satana's Sword. Great cover. Another metal compilation, but with Wendy O. Williams on it? It's not that metal. Check out that Distant Roots. Metal for Mothers. That one's got a fun cover on it. But again, I wouldn't say too much about the stuff on the back. Ah, Repugnant. Ghost Before They Sucked. That Zeist has been here for a while too. Into the rarity section, there's Typo Negative on Music on Vinyl. Quite hard to find those now. Mid-era Megadeth album you don't see very often. Later era Catatonia. Atlantean Codex. I'll make sure that Alan's already got this. Again another Master's Hammer. This is the first album but a different press. Old Necromantia. I think this is their first EP. Ancient Pride. Primordial, great album. Old Angel Witch as well. Into the metal market, this is the main reason I'm out today. Love going to this thing. Get to hang around with like-minded metal fans, listen to cool music, and do some shopping. And drink beer. A lot of cult stuff for sale. Awesome Angel Corpse album here. Abigor. I actually need that one. A bunch of Anal Nathrak. Some different Burzum reissues. Bolt Thrower, Bathory. Bear Mace. I've got that on CD. Wouldn't mind it on record. Now this band looked pretty good. Disfuneral. Sounds like Swedish death metal to me. Might pick it up another time. This is about the most amount of Godot RX you're going to find in person in a shop in Sydney. Absolutely ridiculous how many are here. Nihilist demos as well. All kinds of stuff mixed in. This is all from Brilliant Emperor, so make sure you go check them out online if you can't make it to the next market. Take and Hordem, right? Fantastic cover on whatever that one is. Titan Blood. There was a few different albums of Titan Blood here. Secondhand CDs. Good old Rain Chaos. That's got a lot of fans. Some original pressings here. Quite like seeing some of this stuff. I've got everything I need, but I hope somebody picked up those old Marduk and Dimabor gear. Prophecy Productions, they do all kinds of black metal and dark ambient, neo-folk. Can't say I'm too familiar with most of the artists here, but Falkenbach, they're a great band. I've got all their stuff on CD. Into the crates of the Grindhead Records distro. As the name suggests, lots of death metal, death grind and grindcore. Cattle Decapitation, Desecrator, local band. Disgust. Agoraphobic Nosebleed. Ah, some Ghoul albums. I really dig their first one. Dead Infection. This album is impossible to find, as is the one behind it. Good old Suffocation. Some Morbid Angel, later era stuff, Bolt Thrower, Leviticity on vinyl, great cover. Aborted, Coffins. Braharia, Hooded Menace, Nunslaughter. Abscess. Possessed. I'd love to get an original of Seven Churches one day. Some Toxic Holocaust. Newer Autopsy. Older Autopsy. Some Hemorrhage. Don't have that one. Ah, Rot from Brazil. Might have to brick that up. Contaminated. Sanctioned. Ah, Last Days of Humanity. What a great cover that is. Not as good as that cover, though. Woo! More Hemorrhage. I don't have Groom on LP, but I do have it on CD. One day I should pick up a lot more Hemorrhage. Ah, Impaled, one of my absolute favourites. Got the re-recording of the Dead Shall Dead Remain there. Brutal Truth. Leng Che I haven't heard about in a while. More Suffocation classics. It's a lot of fun coming to these things. Just hanging around, drinking beer, spinning records, influencing what gets played. I managed to get this Amorphous on. What a killer EP that is. Here are some of the things I picked up. A refreshing beer at the heart of winter into the heat of summer. So as I said at the start, this is a double shopping trip. Took part over 2 weekends and I just edited the footage together. Smoke and mirrors as we do in the editing game. But the first things I'm going to show you are the books. Now, if you watch my last shopping trip video, I showed this really awesome collection of Moorcock books at the markets. And I showed that some of the prices were a bit how you're going. I have to print a bit of a retraction. What I didn't understand, which was how they were priced inside the books. They were $10 each, but if you picked up sort of the first one in the volume, it had the price for the lot. So that's what threw me. When I thought I saw a $60 book, I saw a $60 for the set. So I went back and I picked up 2 complete sets of Moorcock novels and negotiated a bit with the seller and got really good price. I was very happy with what I paid. Considering the condition of these things, You're not going to find this quality and complete sets at the same time like this. It's just rare. So I was very happy. I'll show you. The first one is not from that set, but the cover was just outstanding, and it looks like a very fun book. This is The Ghost of 29 Mega Cycles. What a great title. I love that, like 1982 8-bit computer kind of look there. Outstanding. From John G. Follow the best-selling author of Ghost of Flight 401, the most amazing breakthrough ever in life after death research. And that's what got me on this. Can the voices of the dead be recorded on tape? At the time of his death, Marconi, the inventor of radio, was attempting to contact the dead with his equipment. Since then, other respected scientists have joined in the search for the electronic proof of life after death. It sounds really good, and this one's another minter. Like, it's absolutely mint in here, which is nice. Not mandatory when I get to books, but it's a nice one. And this was, I think it kind of worked out to be free based on the way that I negotiated. This is from 1985. This is the 87 repress or reprint. So yeah, happy with that. Looks like a good read. So the first set I've got here, and the cover's just outstanding. Oh my god. This is the Quorum series, and there's 6 in this one. So these are Michael Moorcock again. The Knight of the Swords. Look at that thing. It's like sort of a cross between like a demon and like a cacao demon from Doom and a Bigfoot or something, or a Goliath. Amazing looking thing. The first book of Quorum, which concerns the quests and adventures of Joram Haelen Ursai of the Vardag folk, who is also called the Prince in the Scarlet Robe. So the first one is the Knight of the Swords. Then we have the Queen of the Swords. Another great cover there, a little bit boobyish. If we don't get demonetized for that one. That's the second one in the series. The King of the Swords. Third book of Quorum. Again, boobyish, and kind of looks like a new wave album cover or something. Very ethereal. So that's cool. Check that one out. Watch these. Read these all obviously in the series. The Bull and the Spear, the fourth book of Quorum. Starting to look a little bit more sword and sorcery at this point. The Oak and the Ram. Another one. Great artwork on that. Fifth book, and the last one, which is looking like the big finale, The Sword and the Stallion. So I am no expert in this author at all. This is in fact my first time picking up anything from this author. But those covers, this condition, and the general what I hear about this author and this kind of fantasy stuff, it's going to appeal to me. There you go, nice lineup there of spines. So very happy with that one, the Quorum series. So the second book series I picked up is the Elric novel series. These ones sound particularly exciting to me. I'll read you from the back of the first one here. Elric of Melonbone, last of the emperors of a once mighty land, self-exiled bearer of the sword of death power called Stormbringer, rules, found a ship waiting for him on a mist-wreathed alien seashore. When he boarded the mysterious vessel, he learned from its shadowy captain that he was to undertake a strange quest, side by side with other heroes from other times. For this ship sailed no earthly waters. These warriors and champions fought sorcerers and demons in a journey spanning seas that seemed to connect not continents and coastlines, but other eras and different worlds. For they were, all of them, sailors on the seas of fate. I mean, this is every late 80s, early 90s video game I ever played. I mean, this is Gauntlet, this is Megalomania, this is Golden Axe. I mean, this sounds amazing to me. So the first one, The Sailors of the Sea of Fate. And you're going to start recognizing some covers soon, some of these Michael Whelan artworks. This one is The Weird of the White Wolf. Sounds like a God Dethroned album. Really nice cover on that one. And this you should recognize if you're a fan of my channel for all things movies, books, and metal. You may recognize this one, The Vanishing Tower, Cirith Ungol, 1 Foot Unto Hell, or is it Cirith Ungol? Bit of a debate at the moment. Alan will be telling you that it is Cirith, but the rest of the internet's saying Cirith, so yeah. The Vanishing Tower, I love the artwork on this one, so that's the next in the series. Also, another one they used, The Bane of the Black Sword. Great cover on that one. The sort of, what is it, like a spectre underwater king there coming out of the ocean, being fought. Amazing. And the last one here, which I think they also used, Stormbringer, which is the thickest of them all, bringing a close to the Elric chapters, at least in this run. I looked up on Wikipedia, and this is the first one in this sort of soft cover series, but there is, before they became the Elric novel, there is one before, like a book zero, that stood alone before he wrote the rest of them. And I think there's ones that come afterwards. So, but anyway, nice little series there. Pretty sure I'm going to dig into these ones first. The Michael Moorcock Elric novel series, very, very nice. So they're the books. Now I picked up a few movies. I already showed you these ones. I wanted to check this out for ages. I mean, I think everybody and his dog has seen the meme for this one that's been floating around, the GIF that gets, has different music played over it as a bit of a gag. Nicolas Cage, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This kind of bigger film is the kind of thing I just wait till it's a serious price drop. And for this film and the other one I picked up, $11 Australian, which at current exchange rates, like what, $7 US? Cheap as chips, right? It's like a coffee and a half. So yeah, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You would have seen the very humorous scene with these two showing up on the Intertrons. And yeah, the film sounds great though. In this wildly entertaining, action-packed comedy, Nicolas Cage plays Nick Cage. Creatively unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, the fictionalized version of Cage accepts a $1 million offer to attend the birthday of a dangerous superfan, played by Pedro Pascal. Things take an unexpected turn when Cage is recruited by the CIA operative Tiffany Haddish, and he must use his legendary acting skills, channeling his most iconic and beloved characters to become a real-life action hero. I mean, it kind of sounds a bit like JCVD, but probably without the monologue. It sounds fun. I've heard good things, and yeah, the price was now right, so can you check that one out? And this one, was happy to pick this up again. Waited for the price drop. This is the Umbrella All Action double feature number 1. I don't think they did more than one. I can't recall. White Line Fever and Airwolf. And this solves a few problems for me here. One, Airwolf I only had on DVD. So Blu-ray. Nice, thanks very much. And White Line Fever I had on a 3-pack Blu-ray, which had Silent Rage and one other film on it. And the other film was a Blind Fury. I already had on Blue. Silent Rage. Got a nice 88 Blue coming. Did want to keep that hanging around for no reason. This will solve that problem. Very nice. White Line Fever and Airwolf. Yeah. Cool. Not seen White Line Fever yet, even though I own the 3-pack. But that one's from 75 and has Jean-Michel Vincent, who you can see there with the hat on. And Airwolf, I mean, they spawned the TV series from that one's from 84. And yeah, kind of takes your A-team kind of thing, but with helicopters. So awesome. Happy to get that one. And from the little movie market run by my buddies, which one day I might, pull my finger out and sell some of my excess stuff at. We'll see. I picked up Nightmare at Noon. I don't know why I didn't have this. It was a bit of a mystery. I think I sort of know why. The local DVD release of this, which came out on like a $2 DVD from Flashback Entertainment, was anamorphic widescreen and has looked excellent. Like, it was not one of those things I had to replace a cruddy old VHS mastered DVD or anything with a better aspect ratio. This is just the same thing but in HD. It just didn't, other things needed to be bought instead, but the price was right on this. My buddy I got this from had both the Arrow and this one from Shout. Didn't need both, so I got the Shout. Very happy. Cool cover on this one. Yeah, the film's pretty fun. Wings Hauser, Bo Hopkins, George Kennedy. When is this, 88? There you go. Classic. Bit of Nico Mastorakis. He also did... he's done a truckload of things. We got all of them on those $2 DVDs out here. A bit of a series. So yeah, Nightmare at Noon. They're the films I picked up. So from Repressed Records, I picked up the excellent, and you can check my review for this on the Heavy Metallurgy, the new Vastum album. It's freaking excellent. The name again escapes me. What the hell was this called? Inward to Gethsemane. Strange title, but Vastum are one of those bands that have always done me well. They've been kicking since 2010 or so, or maybe even a little bit earlier. One of the first in that sort of resurgence of older sounding death metal. and yeah, one of the newer bands in that style. And they've always been good. They're not this is the 5th album, maybe 6th, but you know, not a huge discography. They're not putting out one every year or anything like that. But it's always been quality. And this one, I think, actually is it's better than the previous album. It's up there with probably the first couple for me. So big fan. Happy to have finally the LP that came in at Repressed. Awesome stuff. Do go check out my review on the Metallurgy. And you get lyric sheet as usual with band photo there on the back. I'll attempt to re-sleeve right in front of you. Oh, went in there. Actually went in there. And just a black LP, so nothing too exciting on the wax. But there are colour variants because $20 spin. But yeah, Vastum, Inward to Gethsemane. Very happy to pick this one up. The next one, brand new release too. This is the Worm Dream Unending Split. Fantastic cover on this one. This is Mr. Mark Riddick, who usually does sort of black and white line art kind of stuff. Did a very rare color piece, and I think it is exceptional. I love how it's sort of, you know, Dream Unending versus Worm, with sort of the caricatures there. Excellent stuff. So yeah, you get 2 tracks from Dream and 3 from Worm. If you don't know either band, so Dream Unending is a sort of Death Doom style, quite dark, quite heavy, sometimes pushing into funeral, and made from members of Tomb Mold and maybe other bands, I can't recall. Maybe even Vastum was involved. But they're a great band. And on here, this is they're spreading their wings a bit further. It's the first time I've heard clean vocals from them, and there's some more airy, lighter passages. So it's nice. It's nice, a bit more experimental. The Worm side, he's pushing even further into black metal territory. This time, it sounds so much like Tartaros, Grand Psychotic Castle. He's even got that, you know, that sort of warbly keyboard sound that Tartaros had on that EP. He's nailing it on here. Still has the crushing sort of black and Death Doom at the same time. So it's a great mix from him. Take a look inside. There we go. There's the Dream Unending side. Looking very nice. And here we go. There's Worm, who's now got... Phantom Slaughter, who was one piece, now has... what is it? Roth Septentrion, who is also involved. How is this split up? Phantom Slaughter vocal, guitar, synth, and Roth is guitar, and Necromantic Shred, bass by Necreon, drums by El Dusk, who must both be session members because they're not photographed. But very, very cool that it's actually a full lineup here, so he can go play live. And again, just black LP. There were color variants, but you know, when I pick these things up from Repressed, 9 times out of 10, the retail copies are the black ones. And look at me failing to re-sleeve. Unbelievable. There you go. Worm, Dream Unending. Sort that one out afterwards. And then the surprise buys in the used section of Repressed. They really just surprise me sometimes. And I knew full well what this was. For the price it was, this was not going to be the original. Flames of Hell, Fire and Steel. Bootleg, I'll say up front. For obvious reasons, if you know this thing, this is quite there's a bit of a story to it, and it's a little bit murky, that story. But Icelandic, early black metal sound. Came out in 87, but it sounds like 1984. It's like Venom, Tormentor, especially in the vocal department, Hellhammer, that kind of stuff. Played by kids in, supposedly, a YMCA hall that they were then told to never come back to once they had converted it into a rudimentary studio. Who knows how truthful that is, but anyway, it came out on this label, which I'll show you the bootleg inside. Came out on a label who I think pressed 100 copies, but destroyed them all, supposedly, because the artwork was incorrect, the colouring was bad. So there's said to be between 50 or 100 copies, all destroyed except for a handful. The last copy I've seen on Discogs went for about $2,500 in Australian dollars, and it had a fair cover that had severe water damage. Apparently, the last really good copy went for over $5,000 US. It was a private sale. there's literally just probably 3 or 4 of these that are kicking around. So bootlegs abound. There was a CD reissue that Discogs says was legit. Came out, I think, 2012. Legit as at least 2 members of the band approved it. That's about as legit as I think you're going to get. But there are a few, unofficial CDs, unofficial LPs. This is a 2010 unofficial LP that they had used. If you go on Nuclear War right now, Nuclear War Records right now, managed to say that, there is a 2023 edition that's a gatefold, and it's a Russian LP. And it actually says somewhere in there that it is a fan LP. This is the best you'll get until the band release it again. Thanks for supporting the band, that kind of thing. So they're not pretending; they're certainly owning it in that one. But this is, the 2010 version. It is quite blurry cover. Who knows what the source is? I'm assuming that one of the CD, maybe the CD bootleg was zoomed in, or maybe someone took a photo of a cover. It is what it is, right? There's the back, even blurrier. The original LP looked like this, so it is correct. It's just very blurry. Meant to have an inner in this, or some kind of sheet, but I didn't get a copy with mine. And it is on a sort of translucenty purple thing. Now, the main thing is, how's it sound? Well, I obviously don't have a real one to compare it to. But for, considering all the conditions I said at the start and what this is, it's good. It's certainly perfectly listenable. Doesn't sound like a bootleg. You listen to it and go, oh, that's just rough and ready black thrash from Icelandic kids recorded in a school hall. It doesn't say this sounds inferior because it's an unofficial copy. So I'm happy with it, and particularly what I paid, 35 Australian, which is like 22 US or something. It's good. I'm never going to pay $5,000 for an original. So yeah, Flames of Hell, Fire and Steel. It's incredibly sloppy, but it's very youthful, good fun. I enjoyed it. Happy with that. And the last one from Repressed, as I said, people trade in stuff and you just don't expect it. The Hardcore Holocaust, 87-88 sessions, which is a mix here of grind, early death metal, and hardcore, and crusty kind of hardcore stuff. This is essentially excerpts from the Peel sessions. There's, the Peel sessions. Carcass did them. Napalm Death did them. Bolt Thrower. I mean, that's what you're looking at here. Unseen Terror. All these bands did Peel Sessions LPs. I think all of them did. At least the ones I mentioned did. And those covers, they're grey and they have sort of the lettering all the way through and just the band logo. And they were recorded on the Peel radio station, radio show on BBC Radio back in the day, which is just amazing that this kind of thing happened. So yeah, well done, John Peel, for supporting such underground bands. And this here is the original edition. Not too hard to find. They're on Discogs. And great mix of things. 25 songs from the 87-88 sessions. You get bands that I'd never really heard. So The Stupids, hardcore kind of band. It was fun. Stuff on here is good to have where I would not buy a full length. But mixed in here, you've got Stupids with Heard It All Before Dog Log, recorded in 87. And it's fine. It's just sort of a bit of fun hardcore kind of stuff. Electro Hippies, which was Jeff Walker from Carcass's first band. I don't think he's performing on this, though, if I read rightly, but he was involved at some point. It's just more nasty. It's nastier kind of stuff. Extreme Noise Terror, definitely one of the nastiest of that sort of crusty hardcore. Pat from Ground Zero Salem could explain this a lot better than me. I'm a bit outside of my territory. But then you get to Bolt Thrower, who is definitely still in their early grind, coming out of hardcore punk kind of phase. Not quite death metal. Double kicks and stuff, but they're doing Attack in the Aftermath, Psychological Warfare, recorded in 88. Intense Degree, never heard them, but that sounded pretty decent to me. Unseen Terror, again, sort of a early grind band. That was Voice Your Opinion from 88. Napalm Death, of course. Moral Crusade, MAD, Divine Death, Control. Really nice recording on that. Doctor and the Crippens, don't know. And Doom, who are, definitely one of the early crust bands. So it's a great little set. And, sure, if you want to get the full Bolt Thrower edition, you can go and buy their individual one and get more songs, I guess. But I'm good with this. Strange Fruit is the people that put this out and put out the full-length Peel session recordings. But this is a great little find, so yeah, thanks Repressed. And lastly, we have the Metal Market. These are really, really good fun. If you're in Sydney, do come along to the next one. I think it might be January at this point. Yeah, it's just a way to go to hang out with a few friends, meet a few new people, listen to awesome stuff. And I don't mean, this could have been done badly. This could have been, come to the Metal Market and the DJ's playing Korn and Disturbed. No. The DJ is playing the things I show, essentially, and become friends with the DJ, and I like to influence the things that get played. So yeah, it's good. It's all death and black metal. It's what I want. And yeah, you get to go to, get your hands into the crates of labels and distros. The one that I bought all my records from, Grindhead, great Australian grindcore, obviously focused, death grind focused label and distro, and they do gigs in the local area too. Been around for a very long time. And I picked up stuff from them, got some good used records, and one new one, which was just outstanding. Rot, Brazilian grindcore band I wanted to get something from in a long time. A Long Cold Stare. I think this is 2001. Hilarious cover, big glacier. Probably the political angle there of, a long cold stare, take the last look before they melt kind of thing. But 28 songs of blitzkrieg grindcore. It is, it's your NASM kind of just smash it out grind, but with the Brazilian flair. It's really, really good. This came out on Rodell Records. The logos here are kind of blurry, like I don't know. It's not a boot or anything. They're just, cheap artwork, probably expanded from the CD. It sounds really good though. Inside, there's the band playing live somewhere. So 4-piece. Songs recorded, mixed, mastered somewhere in June, July 2002. Oh, okay, so this might have been 03 then, maybe 04. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, it's the first one from the band. It's all new to me. You get it on CD from Rottenness Records out in Brazil. And awesome. Lyrics and just a black LP there with Rot. And look at the grooves. I mean, it's grind, you can tell, right? Songs are so short. Real fun listen. Tight, fast, no bullshit grindcore. So, yeah, happy to get my first Rot. I'm going to need to listen to a few more. They're one of those bands that's got a big discography. Not quite Agathocles' size, Mincecore, or Nunslaughter or anything, but yeah, a significant amount of music from this band. And good place for me to start. A Long Cold Stare, good stuff. The next two and the last things I'll be showing, I was stoked to see these in the sale bin. One was used, one was new. These are very, very hard to find now, and I had the first two LP reissues of the two demos. You would have seen me show them probably last year. Excellent stuff from this band, and I wanted to get their first two albums on LP. Never wanted to pay the kind of stupid Discogs prices, because they really shouldn't be. They were very reasonably priced, aptly fair, so I was very happy to pick up Dead Infection, Surgical Dismemberment. Oh my god. This is a classic, early death grind, gore grind, Polish band. One of the staples, one of the ones that you compare other bands to, particularly in this later day. And absolutely outstanding. I'm so happy to have this. Originally, these things came out on Morbid Records on CD. I think it was Morbid. And they're still pretty easy to find, but the LPs, good luck to you, sir. This one's 2010 edition. They weren't originally on LP. That's why. So maybe a limited run. This was put out by Self-Made God in 2010. And yeah, absolutely thrilled to have it. Just love this band. They're so good. The first two demos you need to go check out. They're utterly filthy. Not super short songs. They're not like The Rot. I mean, there is 10 tracks, so it's a bit more length, and the songs are more filled out. But just filthy, horrible death grind, gore grind from Dead Infection. Stoked to get this one. Surgical Dismemberment. Nice gatefold there. And the last one, trigger warning. I think we're at the end of the video here, so I can get away with it. This one's particularly hard to get. Chapter of Accidents. That guy had a very rough accident, apparently. And this is their... Oh, man, what year was this? Probably like 05 or something. I can't quite remember when this came out. Very limited back there. But yeah, this one was new. I had to crack the shrink on this. So That doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen with these things. Nice filthy inside gatefold yet again. There's the band in the corner. Oh wait, really? Recorded in 95. Geez, I really missing my dates with Dead Infection. That makes sense with the CDs. I think that Surgical might have been like 92, so 95. And then what is it? Brain Corrosion? That might have been the 2000s one that I'm thinking about. And yeah, there we go. Black LP. No inner or anything, so yeah. Great release. Stoked to have on LP. Oh yeah, I kept the, as you do, hype sticker. Take it off the shrink wrap, cut it out, stick it inside. That's what I tend to do. I try to peel them, right? If they look like they're not going to peel, because I peel them and then stick them on the inner. If that's not going to happen, just cut it out neatly, put it inside. Bob's your uncle. And Dead Infection is your filthy, dirty, horrible death gore grind band. Outstanding stuff. Chapter Accidents. That is my pickup from these two shopping videos merged together with smoke, mirrors, and editing prowess. Mwah! Hope you enjoyed watching. People do seem to like these shopping videos. I do enjoy doing them and narrating them. It's a bit of fun. Not too sure if there'll be another one this year. Probably January. We will see how things go. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a Boxing Day sale I'll end up going to. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, check out this thing. Check out this thing. I'll see you next time.